not quite happy about the game. Let's dive straight in.
Chris has got his radio on today.
Maybe. So 2-2.
Hopefully, we don't regret the loss of 2 points later in the season.
Oh, I hope not.
Because if it comes down to that, that was a big boo boo.
Such an early of the
That doesn't
season, and
help.
we're
Yeah,
talking about
yeah,
boo boo
yeah,
already.
yeah. Well, you got to mistake on the pitch and yeah.
Let's talk about the lineups. Do you think this experimental lineup is working?
They haven't looked. They played actually some of the better football than I think they've done in the last 2 or 3 games. The problem is, and I think it's something we had last year as well. We've got a problem with set pieces. We're letting a lot of goals through set pieces.
That's
There's
interesting
another
because
one.
we had the coach that
Yeah,
specify in set pieces,
yeah.
and now we're conceding goals
I'm
from set
sure. I'm
piece.
sure last year even we struggled with set pieces. So,
Yeah,
but that was another set piece goal let in. So
one mistake, one from set piece,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that set piece was they were down with 10 men as
yeah.
well.
That also doesn't help.
What a nightmare!
Which there was a bit of controversy. I'd say that was a yellow card. He tackled him. It was going to be a yellow card, and he was already on a yellow
Yeah,
card, so it's
because
a
of
red card.
time
If
wasting.
it had been on the other foot, I would have accepted that was a red card. Yeah, that would have been a red card too.
Yeah,
So there was a little bit of controversy about that. But yeah, it's I don't know. I'm not sure if it's working or not.
yeah. I'm not sure Party at the right back is
No,
working. His transitions to the midfield
yeah,
and right back is not
no,
quite
not happening. It's not as
smooth.
natural as his was in Zinchenko.
Zinchenko, yeah. So that's
I think they're missing on the right. They're missing Ben White overlapping a lot.
that's
He used to
true.
create a lot of space overlapping with Saka last year,
Mm.
and because he's obviously more in the central role,
Mm.
that's not Party's inverted. He's not overlapping,
Yeah,
which he just doesn't seem to be given as much
yeah.
space.
And then Saka is like sort of isolated.
Yeah,
But towards the end of the game, then you can see Ben White was like
yeah,
overlapping.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it seems like they were Arteta had a different game plan initially, and then switched back to the
Yeah,
normal.
yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, um, it's just hard because we conceded a goal that early
That
at
didn't help.
Emirates,
Yeah,
and then we dominate
and
possessions,
then it was
and
65 minutes till we scored,
yes,
and then we scored
towards that
too
long.
quick. But it took us
Yeah,
a long time to. Again, a lot of teams are going to sit, but the same as Crystal Palace and well, that was an away game. So the first game, Nottingham Forest, they just sat back.
yeah,
So it's difficult to break those teams down,
yeah,
but you can't let a goal in early.
yeah.
It's not going to help you
I was
cause.
quite upset, but I was thinking, oh, let go early. Okay, this might be another
Yeah,
Bournemouth game,
yeah,
like where we had to chase.
yeah.
And at the end of the first half, I was like, oh dear, still
Part of
1-0.
me thinks it's because of the kits. I reckon it's hard sometimes because they had white tops and when we have the white flash on the arms. Because there was a couple of passes that went a bit astray at the beginning, especially. So I don't know if they weren't switched on or whether it was. I've not seen anything about it. For me, it was a weird kit. Usually, they'd have a different kit. Fulham.
For
I
Fulham.
wouldn't have said Fulham would wear their white kit at home,
Ah,
away to Emirates like that
that's true.
because of the white on the sleeves and the shorts. Sometimes you do get mixed up a bit. But anyway,
Yeah,
that could be just bullshit
yeah,
excuse.
yeah.
Just one of the things I
Yeah.
noticed.
And I don't think we played that well for that scoreline. And I think towards the end, Adama Traore
Oh yeah, yeah,
could
he would
have
have,
either scored or Saliba dive in.
and that would have been another. Yeah, and that would have been another goal from a break that cost us
Yeah,
potentially
that's
too.
right.
Same as
Yeah.
Forest.
So it seems like we are very vulnerable at the break.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No covers at the back.
Yes, bit worrying again.
Worrying.
But it's that's 2 points definitely down the drain.
Down the drain. Yeah.
Especially when you look at Liverpool come back and won
That
2-1
that
against
one we should
Newcastle.
talk about it as
I
well.
haven't I've not actually managed to see it, but I've read about it.
Yeah, I
So
read about it. Yeah, it's
again, they came
amazing.
back,
Yeah,
and even United came back 2-0 down.
I know. 2-0 down and they
Yeah,
came back.
yeah, against Forest.
Against Forest.
And
Forest hit them
yeah,
again in
yeah,
at the
did
break.
too. Yeah, they
Yeah,
did
similar to
similar,
the way
very
this is.
similar. Yeah,
Yes. Oh man, it's just disappointing. But I guess now only Man City has a perfect run
yeah,
of 3 games. The rest of us are like I think there's 2 wins and a draw.
yeah.
There's few
The
of us
best.
out
Yeah,
in
yeah.
that range. Um, yeah,
When you look at the games coming up like that, you should have 9 points out of 9 there, though.
yeah, it should
Really,
really.
if you're actually legitimate wanting to be contenders,
Yeah,
that's a 9 point start to the season that you've
yeah.
dropped to.
So with these 3 games already done, do you think would you change your I guess initial the standings?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, where
I'd
would we
still think we're
sit?
still it's going to be top 3 or 4, isn't
Top
it?
three
But
or four.
it's going to we still don't look like. Uh, I guess they're going to be in the fight, but they're not polished at the moment. But if you look at last year, City took a while. Like I guess they've learned the lesson. You can't be perfect first half of this year. Like you lead the league for 200 odd days and still don't
Still
win
not
it.
winning,
What's the
yeah.
point? It only matters about who's leading it on the last day. So
Yeah,
maybe it's he's he's gone a bit differently on how they're kind of performing because they look a bit clunky. They don't look.
they don't look.
But it's been again. They didn't have the longest preseason. It's like they're back into it already. So
Yeah,
they've got Europe as well. They've got a
yeah.
lot of stuff going on in a big squad. So
I'm just thinking, is it because of the big squad? Is it because of there's new faces in the
it could be
team?
that
Like
too.
Rice is new,
Yeah.
Harvard is new, um, Xhaka was, last season he was amazing,
Mm,
and that's a gap that I think Harvard hasn't stepped in
not
yet,
yet.
step up
He's
yet.
making the right moves, but he's just not quite connected
They
on everything
connected,
yet.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It felt
So
like the left side is a
yeah,
bit not as fluid,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
When Vieira came in,
yeah,
that changes the
yeah.
whole
That's the best he's
game.
played, which is good.
Yeah,
It's good
best,
to see
yeah,
him kind of coming in.
yeah. So he might get a nod for the next game. Who knows?
Be interesting. I don't know whether he's got